Hello, today in this session we are going to learn really important topics in JavaScript. Of course, very interesting topics as well. That is, what is hosting in JavaScript and what is the scope, what is the lexical environment, and what is the scope chain. So before jumping into the topic, because I want to say big thanks to Akshay Saini on this occasion, because I have learned from this playlist. Please, because if you are watching this video in YouTube, you can just jump to Namaste JavaScript and just follow this series. Still, if you need more explanation, you can watch our videos as well. So, but really, these are awesome. Okay, I hope our students already started. So, team, are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should say with good
Yes, sir.
voice because this is
Yes,
the
sir.
most important topic. When I say most important topic, that definitely minimum 3 to 4 students will not going to join the session. That is a trend. Okay, jokes are apart. So let's join the topic. So here, first we can discuss what is hosting, because already I have provided all the basic knowledge for you, uh, given a foundation for you, so that it's not going to be a big deal for you to understand all these topics. So now I'm just writing. So I'm just creating simple variable where a is equal to 10, and I'm just writing another function. Say hello. Say hello. I'm just putting console.log. Log. Welcome to JavaScript. So if I invoke the say hello, and if I do console.log of here, just tell me everyone, what will be the output for this program?
Welcome to JavaScript 10.
Tell me quickly.
Welcome to JavaScript and
Welcome to JavaScript 10.
And 10, right?
Yes, sir.
Simple. So refresh browser. Let's see. Is there in the console? Welcome to JavaScript and the 10, because we know how it will, how things are happening in the call stack. First, it will create a global execution context, right?
Yes, sir.
Remember everyone? So first, it will create in the call stack. It will create global
execution context.
execution context. Then
Execution context for say
Create window object.
window object. Window.
okay, continue. Just tell me. So
Create a window object and it will go through two phases.
good window object will go to
Memory
two
allocation.
phases. The
Memory
first phase, what will
allocation and
happen?
execution.
Memory allocation.
Execution phase.
Yeah, tell me. The first
Memory
phase,
allocation.
Memory allocation.
Memory allocation phase. A variable is declared. A variable is declared. And function is declared.
it will remember the function. Suppose if you have any background noise, just go on mute for some time. So it will remember the function
Function name.
definition. Okay. So it is not going to take any action. That is the first phase. Okay, what will
Yes.
happen in the second phase?
Code execution.
Code execution. Okay, what will happen in the code execution for the first line?
A value
Initialize the value 10.
Very good. A value will be
10.
10. Then
Execution context.
Execution context will be
Say
created.
hello.
What will happen? This is the function definition already
Already.
has allocated in the memory in the memory allocation phase. Now it will go to
Uh,
invocation. Whenever we invoke the function, what will happen? It will
execution
create
context is created.
execution context. Then it will go for two phases. In the first phase, it will try to allocate the memory.
Yes,
Nothing
sir.
is there to allocate the memory in the say hello, so that it will jump to the second phase. The second phase, what will happen?
Welcome to
Come to JavaScript is print.
So it will just print welcome to JavaScript. Then it will come out of that function. By the time it is going to
Pop out.
popped out this execution context. Then it will print
Value, a value.
a
value
value. What is the value of a now?
10.
10.
Fantastic. So this everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. So now I'm just changing the program. Everyone. So I'm just removing these lines from this place. I'm just writing here. So now tell me what will be the output for this program?
Welcome to JavaScript and undefined.
Welcome to JavaScript and undefined.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Just ping me everyone in the chat. What will be the output for this program? Quickly, I will give just 1 minute for you. If you have any, yeah, what is your answer? Exactly, just ping me in the chat. Okay, welcome to JavaScript and undefined. Yeah, I hope everyone is giving the same answer. Let's see what will be the output for this program. What is that? Welcome to JavaScript and undefined, right? Why it is giving undefined?
So because the execution is not done yet in the second phase. A value is not initialized.
Okay, that means I will take the new pane because I'm just explaining everything because we need to understand few terminology, important things to do. So for this, suppose if you have JavaScript code like this, so what will happen? So again, just tell me from the global execution context, first what it will do? It will create
Global execution.
global
Create global.
execution context and it
The object
has
will be created.
Window object.
window object. Very good. In the window object,
That
so
was to memory allocation.
Phase.
first it will go for
Memory allocation phase.
first phase, that is memory allocation phase. What will happen in the memory allocation phase?
First two lines nothing, sir. Third line A is undefined.
Is
Declared.
undefined. Here the function
Function.
say hello and it will
Function
store
definition.
the
Function.
function.
Remembered.
So when it comes to the execution phase, what will happen?
It will create execution context for first line.
Everyone is understanding or only one or two people are saying? Just tell me everyone. So it will create global execution context for
Create execution context for say hello.
Say hello.
Execution context for
Say
say
Say hello.
Say
hello. And again it will go for two
Memory
phases.
allocation.
So in the first phase nothing is there. So in the second phase it is going to
Print welcome to
execute
JavaScript.
console.log welcome to JavaScript. So output will be
Welcome to JavaScript.
welcome to JavaScript. Okay, very good. So then
Next line, the execution context is popped up.
yeah, execution context will be popped out because that is done.
Yes.
So then what will happen?
At this line,
console.log
A value
value will be
A
undefined.
will
It
be
will print.
printed undefined.
Whenever we are executing console.log of A, so at that time, the
The
value
value
of A is
Undefined.
undefined in the memory, so that it is going to print
Undefined.
undefined. Yes, I hope everyone knows this, right? But
Yes, sir.
here we should understand what is
Hoisting.
hosting. So this is the very important interview question. Just note on. Of course, everything is important in JavaScript. Yeah, but this is the most important question because 2 years back when I was attended interview for TCS, okay, with around 7 years of experience, this was the first question. What's the question?
What is hoisting?
What is hosting in
JavaScript.
JavaScript? Okay, just note down somewhere. This is the most important entry question. Okay, here today we are going to discuss few things, right? What is scope,
Hoisting.
lexical environment, and scope change. Everything is separate and interlinked entry questions. Okay. So here first we should understand the concept. So what is the hosting means? Suppose if you do this kind of thing, in any other programming language, what will happen?
Throw error.
Throw
Errors.
error.
Okay, I will just write some code because most of you know C language. So if we do, so int a is equal to 10. Okay, I'm just writing, of course, void main and everything. In that void main, we are writing int a is equal to 10. The next line, again, I'm writing int b is equal to 20. Suppose if I do printf percentile d, comma, a, what will be the output for this program?
So 10 printed.
10.
It will print.
10 will print.
Yeah. But suppose if you just move this line of code to the top of the initialization, what will happen? What will be the output?
In C language, I think it will give error. I think
Error, sir. I think so.
Yeah, in C language.
it will give error, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Hosting is not valid in C language.
Yeah. What will happen in C++?
Same thing, I guess.
What will happen in Java?
Same.
Same.
What will happen in C#.NET?
Same.
Maybe
Okay, what
same.
will happen in PHP? Okay, almost in all the programming language except JavaScript, everyone will throw error because they don't have two phases, right? They will have only one phase. Okay, so at the time of executing this one, it will check in the memory that definitely it is not going to available, it is not going to find the variable a, so that it will throw an error in all the programming languages. But in our JavaScript, because JavaScript is following the two phases, because it is just allocating the memory in the first phase, it will go through each and every line in our code and it will check is there any variable declaration or function definition is there, and it is going to allocate the memory first and then it will start execution. Because of that reason we can access the say hello or console.log of a, like we can access the variable a before initialization, right? This is initialization, a is equal to 10 before putting any value inside the a, but we are able to access this variable called a. So this is called
Hoisting.
hosting, Hoisting. So hosting means
Accessing the
we are able to
access the
We are
variable
able to access the variable before
Before
initialization.
initialization.
access the variable before
Initialization.
initializing or before assigning any value to that initializing or before putting any value or assigning any value. So this is called hosting because already you understand the concept, but here just you are understanding the definition or what is the hosting. So now tell me, everyone understood?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should
Yes,
say,
sir.
because this is the most important
Yes.
question. So whenever you are attending interview, if interviewer asks what is hosting, okay, just don't start explaining the definition. Okay, if you get a chance, first simply explain we are able to access the variable or functions. Okay, variable or
Not function.
a function before initialization because JavaScript follows two phases, and just take pen and paper and just draw it and explain all the process what is happening in with this example. Okay, what is the difference between this code and this code in a browser so that you will get good impression. Okay, so
Sir.
now hopefully everyone understand what is hosting, right? Everyone,
Yes, sir.
yeah, just ping me yes or no,
Yes, sir.
quick. Okay, good, good, good. Hopefully you understand. So now we can understand what is the scope. So before going to enter into the scope, I will just give you some simple example. Hopefully it is going to be helpful for you. So how many of you, your fathers or someone are farmers? Anyone is doing farming, agriculture background, father or grandfather? One Kumar, okay. Only one? Okay, fine. So I hope even though if you are not from agricultural background, you can understand easily. Suppose, okay, who is going to give milk every day? Milk. From where you will find the milk?
Milkman.
Milk
Buffalo.
packets. Okay, but
Hello.
buffalo or cow, right?
Yes, sir.
Cow.
How many of you are taking cow milk instead of buffalo milk? Only Pankaj. Okay,
So both.
four. Okay,
I,
that's fantastic.
both. Buffalo and cow.
Okay, Shiva and Pankaj. Okay, good. Okay, so that we can discuss later whether the cow milk are good or buffalo milk are good, whatever it is. So here, so in an at village, what will happen? So once the cow reach home from the farm, what you will do? Just imagine this is the cow. Okay, I'm just giving a star. So what you will do? Whether you will leave it alone or you will just use one thread or something, and you will what we can say ఒక చెట్టుకో లేదంటే ఎక్కడ
Shedder,
పెడసంగా,
shedder.
right?
Yes, sir.
So now suppose if we have, okay, what you will submit to the cow? What cow eats every day?
Burger.
Grass.
Wait,
Burger?
wait a minute.
Okay, good. Suppose here some grass is there, okay? Here some grass is there. Okay, here grass is there. And here also grass is there. Okay? So now tell me, what is the scope of the cow to reach these grass bundles, whatever it is? How far? Because whether cow is able to eat this one, and this one.
The nearest ones are only.
Nearest one. So because it's based on
Thread.
Thread length.
Thread.
Thread length.
Size of
thread.
threads.
Okay, thread, right? Suppose so that is the scope. If this cow can access this one, that means this grass bundle is there in that scope, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If this cow want to access this one, what we need to do?
We have to
Want to remove that thread.
What option is you need to remove the thread, or
or
you can increase the length of the thread.
Increase the length of.
So if you increase the length of the thread up to this point, what will happen? It can access this grass bundle and this grass bundle also, right?
yes, sir.
So now,
Sir.
if the length of the thread is this much, what is the scope?
Local.
Okay, so this much, right? Scope
Yes, sir.
can access. Okay, even I'm not drawing in a. Okay. So here, okay, now just for simple understanding purpose only, not just don't try to bring the same concept everywhere. So now tell me, what is the definition of scope? Yes, everyone.
Max limit the way can access.
Where you can access a variable or a function inside the code. That is called scope. Okay.
Scope.
Okay. Just read this statement for 20 seconds. I'm going to explain in detail with practical example. Don't worry. Just read that sentence. What is the definition of scope? Where
You can access a variable or a function inside the code.
so now just correlated with cow. Because based on this thread, whether it is able to access this grass, because the scope means the circumference for that cow. The what you know? Just a minute. Where you can access, okay, here, where this cow can access the grass bundle, right? Suppose if you have 2 or 3 bundles, suppose if you have some confusion between this example, just remove that examples from your mind. No, don't worry. I'm just trying to find some example. Okay, so fine. Now come back to a JavaScript. Okay, come back to the JavaScript. Hopefully you can understand easily now. So now tell me what will happen for this example. So we have a variable called a. Okay, let me write it one more time. You don't need to worry about the hosting now. I hopefully everyone understand the hosting. So I'm just creating a function. So triple A. I'm just creating a function triple A. Inside that, again, I'm creating a function triple B. Okay. And outside, one variable is there where A is equal to 10. So now tell me what is the scope of A?
Global scopes.
Global scope.
Global scope, right?
Yes, sir.
But by default, it will be there in the global scope, right?
Yes, sir.
By default, it will be there in the global scope. But observe carefully, what will happen for this one? Triple A. If we invoke triple A and if we invoke triple B, right? Okay, we can access this variable A in the global execution context, right?
Yes, sir.
That means you are able to access inside the triple A also, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Whether you are able to access inside the triple A or not.
Yes, sir. Access.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can access.
Whether you are able to access this variable A inside BBBB.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that means what is the scope of a variable A?
Global scope.
Global scope. But here, in general, what we can say from this point, just try to understand from inner scope. So you can access inside BBB, right? And inside triple A also. And even if you don't find you can access outside also.
Outside also, yes, sir.
So here we can say that the scope of A is the global scope.
Let's go.
Okay. Suppose if I move this to a triple A function. Okay. Now tell me what is the scope of a variable A?
Local scope.
Local scope.
Local scope. Local to triple A.
Triple
But
A.
we can say that we can
Yes,
access A inside
triple B.
BP.
B also and
Yeah, also.
A also. So that means this is a variable A. That means you can access this variable in this block, okay, in this place, or in this is the maximum scope we have to access a variable A. Suppose if I move this where A is equal to 10 to BBB, what will happen? What is the scope of A now?
Local scope to BBP.
Yes,
Oh,
local
yes.
scope to BBB.
B.
So you can access only inside the BBB. So this is simply a scope.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are going to learn another important thing, that is what is
Oh, lexical environment.
lexical environment. Okay. So before that, I will ask you one more question in general. This is very, very important to understand. Suppose in a family, father is there. He has two sons, son one and
Center.
so this son one can, suppose the son one got the job and he got married. Okay, but I'm saying the condition, he got the job and he got
Married.
based on that condition. Tell me, suppose this person is earning, suppose 1 lakh rupee. Okay, this person is also earning 1 lakh rupee. Okay, so now suppose this son one need more money. Okay, he can access directly from.
Father.
Okay, we don't have any problem, right? You don't
Yes,
need to
sir.
take too many approvals or permissions. If father have a money, he will give it to you. But after marriage, okay, after marriage, I'm saying after marriage, it's not that much. It's not possible, right?
To give to
Maybe
son.
based on some situations you can get it, but you don't have a right, right? You don't have a right to take money from son to your
Yes, sir.
sibling, right? These are the siblings. Do you agree or not? Even though after getting marriage, directly you can take money from your brother without having any bond or maybe what do you need to, so you need to give it back, right?
Yes, sir.
Suppose whenever you are taking money from father, naturally, I'm saying in general, I'm saying, okay, not all the cases, just to understand something. But here, suppose a father is there. Okay, he has one son. Okay, he has one son. And this son also got married and he has another those grandchildren. So now tell me, suppose this grandchild can take money from
Son one.
his father, and if he don't find money from his father, immediate father, he can go for grandfather.
Grandfather.
So that means here naturally you don't have a right to take money directly, right?
Yes, sir.
Because he got married, he need to take permission from his wife. Okay, he need to. It's not that much easy in real time. Suppose if you want 10 lakhs, 10 rupees, 100 rupees, fine. Okay, just come to a JavaScript only. Don't try to think too much about it. So here, suppose here the lexical environment is very important. What I'm saying, lexical
Environment.
environment or lexically um, lexical relationship. Okay. So now if you see, this grandchild is lexically have a relation between with a son, and this, okay, otherwise just a minute. I will just do like grandfather, father, and son. Okay, that is good, right? Grandfather and father, and here the son. So normally, suppose if grandfather has 100 acres and this father has 50 acres. Now tell me, how many acres this this grandchild have?
150.
Why 150?
So because everything the grandfather and father have, son will get
Get
all the thing.
automatically, right?
Yes, automatically.
Suppose here father has under 100 acres. So how many acres he has? How many acres he
50.
has? Huh?
It will divide. It will divide.
50, right? That means here it is problem, because he can't, because then this son can't enter into this 50 acres. This son too should not enter into this 50 acres, right? Those are restricted. Here there is no restriction, right? So here the son, if he don't have a money, he can take it from his immediate father, and if he don't have a money, he can take money from his father. If he don't have a money, he can go with his father, if father is there. If father is not there, to whom you need to ask? God.
Grandfather. God.
God. If no one is there. Okay. And just for understanding purpose. So now just come back to the topic. So here we understand. Hopefully everyone understand or not? What is the scope? Where you can access a variable or a function inside the code,
The God, yes, sir.
right? Suppose if you just open any code, and if you just take some variable, okay, so from which place to which place you can access this variable. That's it. That's the scope. Okay. Now tell me, from which place to which place you can access this variable?
Within
Within function BBB
Yeah. Line number 22. Line number
23.
that is the scope of a variable A.
yes,
If
sir.
we move this to this place, now tell me what is the scope of this variable?
With
Access in A BBB.
That means line number 17 to 27 you can access it. That is the scope, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah. If we move this to outside,
It will be accessible.
It can be accessed all over the function.
all over the code. So that is the scope of that particular variable. That is same for function also, right? It is same for
Yes,
function also. Okay. I hope you can correlate easily. So that is the scope. So now, what is the lexical environment and what is the lexical scope? That is very, very important. So here, what we are saying, whenever we are trying to access a variable, inside the triple B, do we have any variable inside BBB with a
no,
name called A?
no.
No. So then what he is doing immediately?
Go for the parent scope.
Yeah. He is going to take help from his
Parent scope.
parent. If we don't find a variable inside triple A, what will happen?
It will goes to
He
its
can take help from
Great grandfather
grandfather. So
will go
here,
outside the.
yeah, very good, very good. So now this is very, very, very important. So now just I'm moving this BBB outside of this A. Okay, observe carefully. This is very, very important. So now this function triple A and triple B are siblings, right?
yes, sir.
They don't have a father and son relationship, right? So now if you try to access this console.log A, what it will do first? It will check
Within the scope.
within the scope in BBB. So if you don't find within BBB, what will happen?
We'll go for a global scope, like parent.
Yeah,
We'll
whether it will go for AAA or whether it will go for global execution context.
go for global execution.
Global execution context.
Global execution context. Now
Global
understand
execution.
clearly. So here the parent and child relationship very important. If you have a parent and child relationship, then only the child can access from parent, right?
Yes, sir.
Parent is not going to access the child things, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can discuss that one later. Whether a parent can access the child properties or variables or method, that we can discuss. So now if you see this function AAA and function BBB are lexically sitting inside the global execution context, right?
Yes, sir.
That means the parent and child relation. If you have a parent and child relationship, then we can access it. So that is the lexical environment. So lexical environment means simply your local scope and your parent scope.
Parent scope.
Okay, what is the local scope of BBB? This thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Simply. And if you don't find a variable, what
It will go
where
for
it is
global
going? It is going to
Parent
take
scope.
help from
parent scope.
who is the parent for BBB?
Global execution.
Global execution context. So here what is the lexical environment for the BBB? The local
Local
scope of
Plus global
BBB plus
global
its parent. Who is this parent?
global execution context.
Global execution context. So this is called lexical environment. Okay. So when it comes to this example again, so observe carefully. So if you maintain the parent and child relationship, what will happen? His can access information from their father. If you don't find from him, he can go for grandfather, right? But here, if you need any money, what you need to do? You should take from your father. Okay, you should not ask your son, your brother, right? In general, we can ask it, but in JavaScript, I'm saying, okay. Okay, fine. I hope you guys understood it. So here, the lexical environment is, just tell me,
Local scope of
local scope
scope
plus,
its parent scope.
very good. It's parent scope. It's
Parent scope.
Parent scope. That's it. Parent scope. If this parent have another parent, you can access that one also, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is called the lexical environment. Okay, lexical. So what is the lexical scope of AAA? Tell me.
Local scope of AAA plus
Local scope of AAA plus
its parent.
global execution.
Global execution.
its parent. Who is its parent?
Global execution
Global execution
context.
context. Very good. So if I move this function B, inside the function AAA, now tell me what is the lexical environment for BBB?
Local scope of
Local scope of
BBB
BB
and its parent AAA
and,
and global
AAA.
execution.
global
So
execuation.
its parent
AAA.
AAA plus
Plus global
Global
execution
its
execution.
context.
parent, that is global execution context, right? Suppose the based on your lexic, okay, where you are defining, where this function has defined, that is very important, because if you define this function inside AAA, this function will be, the memory will allocated, and then that will be in that local scope, right? That will be in that local scope. That means in that situation, the lexical hierarchy will change, right? Understood,
sir.
everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what is the what is the lexical environment in general?
It's local scope plus its parent scope.
Its parent scope.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is local scope plus its parent scope. Okay, and automatically parent scope means its local scope plus
Plus its parent scope.
their parent scope. So
Yes, sir.
it's go for global execution context. So now tell me, I will do one more thing. I'm just defining another function, CCC. Okay, what I'm doing? Another function inside BBB. So global execution context is the grandfather, right?
Yes, sir.
Triple A will be
Grandfather,
grandfather, BBB will be
father,
father, and CCC will be
child.
child or son, whatever the grandchild. So now tell me, what is the lexical environment of CCC?
Local scope of
Local
CCC.
scope of
and its
CCC,
parent
parent
BBB
BB,
Local scope of
plus
CCC
its
plus
Plus
parent
its parent BBB.
its
BBB
parent
BBB
BBB plus
Its
and
parent
its
AA.
parent AA,
very good, its parent AAA
global
global
Plus
execution
execution
its
context.
context.
parent globalization context.
again its parent
Global
global
execution.
execution context. If this global execution context have any other parent, definitely you can access. But end of the day, what is the parent of this global execution context?
Window.
Nothing is there, right? Because
There.
global execution context itself a window.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Who is the because on top of that we don't have
Anything.
any scope, so that it
Yes.
will be null,
None.
right? This will be null. So now we understand the scope, we understand the lexical environment, and now we need to understand scope chain, right?
Okay.
Now tell me, what is the scope chain based on what you understand so far?
This one only, sir.
This one only means
Local scope plus its parent BBB.
then its
This is the
parent,
child.
then its
A.
parent. This is the
Yes, sir.
chain, right?
Availability of a variable,
This
let's
is
say
the
that.
chain, right? This is a chain of 4 levels. This is the chain of 3
3 levels.
levels. This is a chain of 2 levels. So this is the scope chain. Because if you try to access any variable inside triple C, what will happen? First, it will check whether it will
Uh,
be there in CCC. If it is not there, it will go and check
Win
its
BBB.
parent scope. If it is not there, it will go and check their parent scope. If it is not there, it is go for
Their parents.
global execution quantity. If it is not there, it will be
None.
null. This is called scope chain. So now observe carefully. For this example, what will happen whenever we invoke, so first it will be global execution
Execution.
context. On top of that, we have
Execution contest of triple A.
triple A. On top of that,
Execution contest of triple B.
triple B. On top of that,
Execution contest of triple C.
triple C. So this will have some reference, right? Observe
Yes.
carefully, because how it will happen? This person, because automatically you don't need to worry, right? Once a child got the birth, automatically he knows that who is the father. He has some reference already, because you will get automatically some, you will get all the rights, right, as per
Yes.
the government. So you don't need to go to the court. No? Automatically, whatever the assets your father have, automatically you can get it, right, on your name after some time. So in that process, so it has some reference to its parent, right?
Yes, sir.
Its parent, to its parent. So who is the parent for this global execution context?
Null.
Okay. Now tell me, suppose right now, so my father name is Ram Reddy. Okay. We should check the chain. Okay. My grandfather name is Lakshma Reddy. Okay. His grandfather. Okay. Just go with the chain backside. Okay. What will happen? End of the day, everyone will reach to
null only, sir.
okay, one person, one family, right? Hopefully, just for fun, I'm saying. Okay, so just go. Okay, what I think one movie is there, Mahesh Babu's movie in Telugu. What is that movie?
Yes, sir.
We'll go and find out their ancestors. Samantha Kajal is there.
Brahmostavam.
Yeah,
Brahmotsavam.
Brahmotsavam. Brahmotsavam. He just tried to find their ancestor for 10 levels, right? If
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not wrong, 5 to 10 levels. Okay, there is a movie called Brahmotsavam. Okay, that is called the scope chain. Okay, now understood everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone should say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes, sir.
So here let's read these statements one more time. What is the scope?
Where you can access a variable or a function inside the code.
So where you can access a variable or a function. Okay, that much space in the code is called a scope. That's it. So normally sometimes is this specific variable inside the scope of a specific function. So sometimes you can understand like this. Okay, you can say that whether this variable a is inside the scope of triple b, yes or no,
Yes, sir.
whether this variable is there inside the scope of triple a,
Yes.
whether this variable a has a scope inside triple c. Okay, we can do in the reverse order. Now tell me whether this variable a is inside the scope of triple a.
No,
Can you access
no,
variable a inside triple a directly
no, sir.
here?
No, sir.
No. Here you should know one more thumb rule. Okay, in this parents and child. Suppose if you see, so grandfather is there and father is also there and son is also there. Okay, this grandfather have 100 acres on his name. Okay, 100 acres on his name. Father has 50 acres on his name, and son also, this grandchild also, and another 25 acres. 25 acres. So now tell me, total how many acres this son have?
175.
175.
Father,
150.
150.
grandfather.
100.
Why? Why can't you say that grandfather have 175 acres?
He's the first one.
Okay,
He can't
because
access the sun's
this hierarchy will go from.
top to.
Top to bottom.
So if you see, so normally grandfather never come to this grandson and just give me a 1 lakh rupee, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
if you don't have money, what you will do? You will take from his father or his friends or from the bank naturally. That's okay. In real time, you can access, you can take help from your grandsons after 50 years or 60 years. Okay, but in JavaScript, in JavaScript, you can't. Okay, let's see one example for that. Just let me rewrite some code. Now I'm just writing a function triple A. Okay, I'm just invoking that function. So I have a variable called var a is equal to 10. Now console.log of a. What will happen? What will happen for
A
this program?
is accessible within the scope of AAA.
It will give error, sir.
What is the error?
Not defined.
Not defined, right? Uncaught reference error
Uncaught
Uncaught
reference error.
reference error,
is
not
not
defined.
defined because this A is not there in global scope, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
It is there in the local scope. That means this father can't access information from his
Son.
son. The son can access information from his father. Okay, and
Yes.
again, you can't access this BBB can't access information from
A.
this triple A is not going to access it from triple B
Triple B.
because these two are
Siblings.
siblings.
Independent function.
Siblings. Okay, these function triple A and triple B are sitting lexically inside
Side.
global
Global.
execution context, right? Okay, I hope you understand the concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay, apart from the terminology, concept wise you have understood, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now tell me, everyone, do you understood or not
Yes,
clearly?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now go and watch Namaste JavaScript one more time. Okay, you will
Okay.
get more clarity. Okay, definitely. Oh, it's already 7:12. Yeah, do you have any questions? No questions? So yeah, before going to stop the session, I will give some introduction to the next concept. Are you ready for
Yes,
3 minutes?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ready, sir. Ready, sir.
So you're interested. So now the next concept now. Let and const. Let and const. Let's see. Observe carefully. There is lots of fun with the JavaScript. That's why I love JavaScript. So if I do where a is equal to 10, okay, and the next line I am doing let b is equal to 20 and let c is equal to 30. Okay. So if I do console.log of a, what will happen? Console.log of b, what will happen? And console.log of c. Just tell me what will be the output for this
10,
program?
20,
10,
30.
20, 30.
10, 20, 30, right? Easy for everyone. Suppose if I move these things to the top, tell me what will be the output for this program?
Undefined, sir.
Okay. A is
Defined.
undefined,
B is undefined.
Yes,
C is
sir. Different.
B is
undefined.
Undefined.
and C is
Undefined.
Undefined.
defined, right? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Everyone have a same answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure? Let's
Yes, sir.
see. Let's see the output now. What is the output?
Uncaught.
Cannot access B before initialization. Uncaught reference error.
Uncaught reference error. It is saying that it is not saying A, B is not, we
Undefined.
don't have a reference to B, right? It is saying that I'm not able to access B before initialization. Okay?
Okay, sir.
That's why JavaScript is something weird. It's not that much easy to learn. It will take lots of time to learn. So observe carefully. Okay, just a minute, just a minute. So now normally whenever we run this program, what will happen? It will create,
Globalization context.
very good, it will create a global execution context. And then we have
Window object.
window object. Okay, just let me increase the size. So twists and turns are there. Okay. It will create a window object. Okay, then
2 pages.
let me copy paste this code as well. Okay. Proceed. Tell me what will happen.
Variable A is defined.
Okay. Then
B is undefined. C is undefined.
okay. If it happens like this, we don't get any error.
Yes, sir.
But we are getting error, right?
Yes, sir.
So the twist is it is not pushing B and C inside
Call stack.
Okay.
window. No, in call stack it will be there. It is
Window.
not it is not attaching to
Window.
Window.
object. What it is doing? It is just allocated another locker. Okay. Outside the window, not inside the window. Okay.
Okay.
But of course, that is the part of global execution context only. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It is just have another
Locker.
locker inside that. Okay. Yes. Where A is equal to, of course, where A is equal to 10 in a memory allocation, A is undefined. For B, it is not going to attach to window object. What it will do? It will attach in
Locker.
for
B is undefined. C is undefined.
okay. What is the rule for this locker? When it is going to unlock? Okay. Normally it will lock. When it will unlock?
After initialization, maybe.
After initialization. So if B has some value, if C has some value, then only this locker will open and then only you can access that information. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So what you need to do? You should not
Execute before initialization.
When
try to access
After initialization.
only after initialization.
if only the variable is defined with letters. Yes, sir.
Let and constant.
It is only happen with let and const.
Constant.
Constant. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because there is no use, right? If you are able to access A and it is showing undefined, it will leads to unnecessary errors, right? Is it or not?
Also one kind of object, sir.
Which one?
Locker.
Yeah, locker. So actually it is not a locker. It has some other connect in the browser. Okay. Just put the breakpoint. It is a
Temporal zone.
what is the scope of what is the different scope? Observe carefully.
Scope.
B and C are not there in window object, right?
Script.
It is there in another separate object that is called
Script.
script. Logically, it is a locker.
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 For constant,
called-
also, it will go for script only. Yes,
Yeah, let and constant both.
Okay, sir.
Deadlock.
This is enough for today. Okay. If you try to learn everything on a single day, it's more difficult. Okay, fine. So in the next session, we are going to understand, okay, how it is going to deal with a let and constant, and what is a temporal dead zone, and some other interesting topics. Okay. So, but if you want to learn those things quickly, what you need to do? What do you need to do?
Watch
Watch the playlist.
Ask Namaste JavaScript. Or we have another playlist, right? In our
Yes. JavaScript world.
my recommendation is please go with the Namaste JavaScript. Then come back to our channel. Okay.
Okay, sir.
That's all for today, and see you tomorrow.
Bye, sir.